Hi, it's me, Rasheed Ogunlaru, coach, speaker and author, and welcome to this, the February episode of Catch the Coach, your monthly check-in with me, Rasheed, and it's all about inner fulfillment and inner peace. And my theme this month is falling in love with life, or falling back in love with life. At times like this, it's very easy to lose heart, lose perspective, fall into kind of despair and be consumed with a great deal of worry, because these are challenging times, and I know many people who've gone through really difficult times personally in their family in terms of their health and their well-being, given everything that's going on in the world with COVID-19, with many people, many industries, and with the economy and so on. But ironically, when we're going through really tough times, be it personally or professionally or in our society and so on, finding love, finding heart, finding compassion is more important than ever. Interestingly also, this is the February issue, and right at the heart of the month, probably most celebrated day in the month is Valentine's Day, and its focus is on love, but romantic love. And that's all very, very well, but I always remind people that that's just one aspect of love. And there are many aspects: loving oneself, loving life itself, loving the work that we do, or our business that we happen to run, and the people that we meet along this journey. So I kind of want to talk today about falling in love with life. First of all, I think the first thing I want to touch on here is self-love. All love begins with self-love. You know, how do you feel about yourself? Do you appreciate the magical person that you already are? So this journey of love, and I've got somebody I mentor who talks about loving themselves unconditionally. That's a journey that they're on. And it is exactly that. It begins with embracing yourself today as you are. Whatever shape, colour, creed, orientation, gender you are, that love of self. So that is love of three things. It's that kindness towards yourself. It is the wellness, taking care of yourself. And it's also about gentleness in how you show up to yourself. Being kind to who it is that you are. You know, that healthy relationship with yourself. The wellness, taking care of your body. And that gentleness, that, you know, not being too tough on yourself. So that's first love. That first love, absolutely. The first love is that love of yourself. Next thing I want to talk about is cherishing your relationship. And I put a quote here for those of you who get, by the way, I'm just looking here at the printed issue of Catch the Coach as well. So if you're on my website, rizzaru.com, you can sign up to the print issue where I put additional things. So I just want to share with you, the next theme in the print issue is cherishing your relationship. And the quote that I share here is that every relationship is part of our learning experience, including the ones that we'd rather not revisit. Absolutely every relationship along this journey. So sometimes what can happen is that we fall out of life because we've had a difficult relationship here, we've had a difficult personal relationship there, we've had a very difficult working relationship there, there's been a challenging family relationship there. But it's really important to, one, be grateful for everybody who's played a part in your life, past and present, especially the people who've helped us to get here. Sometimes we can kind of forget that, or the people who've helped us. To build, step two, build healthy, rich relationships with everyone. Rich relationships, kind relationships at home, life, and at work. Step three, avoid gossips, argument, point scoring, which happens a lot of the time. Also know when to step back, when to step forwards, when to step alongside, when to step away. And being kind and polite to everybody that you meet, I think, is so important, because that will build those rich relationships. So even if you disagree, it's so important to just be mindful and to treat everybody with the respect that they deserve. Because sometimes when people don't show up as you would like them to, or even in a poor way, it's often because of what's going on for them, their own challenges, and perhaps their own ability to see beyond that. So therefore, this journey again begins with how it is that I show up. Next thing I want to talk a little bit about is perhaps you are at a career crossroads. Maybe you're at a turning point in terms of your career. Many people will be finding right now that they're having to look again at their career or their business. I was speaking to somebody who I've known for many years who was really thinking about the next stage in his career and what he's going to do next. He's got career interests, he's got business interests and so on. So my first point here is, do you love what you do? If you do love what you're doing for a living, great. How can you bring even more love into it? How can you show up even more lovingly? How can you get the richness out of that? And how could you continue to flourish? That's something I invite you to think about. I think if you don't love your career, if you've fallen out of love with your job or your career, if it's fallen out with you, or things have come to an end, the relationship has come to an end because of the economy, because of COVID-19, because of other things, what are your skills? What are your passions? What are the things that you really love? Sometimes these really challenging moments can be the birthplace of who it is that we really, truly and fully are. Certainly it's happened in my case. I've had the times of redundancy. I've had the times where I've been kind of pushed out of work and what have you, and times where I battled it. Actually, in my own case, they were really the birthplace of the work that I did now. So I think my top tips is really, first of all, being really taking that time, taking stock of you, your skills, your talents, your passions. Get out there networking, get out there talking to people. So don't just do the typical job application thing. Talk to people you know, see who else can help you. If you are on that particular journey, you might want to come along to my Networking for Success Express event that helps us to network effectively, authentically and nerve-free, and not just go out there meeting new people, which at the moment, of course, a lot of that will be virtually, but it's also about how can you tap into your existing network, and I teach you how to do that. The next date for that event, and my Soul Trader event, if you're on this journey of being your own boss, is the 9th of February, where I'm also running my coffee morning. So if you look on the website, on my website, and there's a link below this to my website, on the events page of rosario.com, you'll see all my events, which run in partnership with the British Library's Business and IP Centre. So if you're on this journey, those of you who've fallen out of love, and perhaps even with your career full stop, and you're thinking, okay, I want to be my own boss, there's heaps and heaps of webinars, one-to-ones online, many of which are free, from everything from researching your market, marketing, the nuts and bolts of starting out in business, protecting your business ideas, you name it, that are available there at the British Library's Business and IP Centre online. So again, check that out. There's heaps of stuff, and I do quite a lot of a number of sessions there, because the career that we're in, and the work that we do plays a major part in our life. So it's important that we are in love with it, but it's also important that we show up compassionately. My product of the month that I want to bring to your attention is from Head to Heart, Finding Your Path. It's an audio talk which is available on my website in the gift shop, and you can listen to extracts for each of them for free. From Head to the Heart, Finding Your Path, really, it costs $6.99, it's 56 minutes, it's a talk, and basically it's an inspiring practical talk that's really going to help you to to identify your values, your passion, your purpose, and to think about your creative path and so on, and particularly if you're at a point of transition. So that's just $6.99, and you can listen to an extract on the website. And of course, in the shop on the website, you can see all of my other products if you're on this journey for self-love, because there's all sorts of other stuff. If you are on this self-love journey, become who you are, the gift of inner success, there's an audio version of it, and of course for those of you who are in business, there's the Soul Trader book, but also there's the free podcast, and there is the Soul Trader Coach Yourself program if you're wanting tools and so on to help you on this journey. I produce lots of tools because I do less one-to-one coaching these days, but there are heaps of tools that I produce at low cost to help you, because certainly when I was starting out, I didn't have much money. So I was very, very, very clear that I wanted to produce books and tools to kind of help people on this particular journey. Just a couple of other things. For those of you creatives and you're on that creative path, check out my next Creative Talkspace event, which is on the 28th of February, Sunday the 28th of February. All the events, remember, on the rosario.com website and the events page. The 28th of February, 4 p.m, that's a Sunday. I'm joining us for Creative Talkspace. It is a supportive, caring, nurturing space that I run with a couple of my creative coach friends. We've all got backgrounds in the creative arts and in performance, and it's a space for people to talk, to share, to cross-pollinate ideas, and so on. So that's That's another event I'm running. Don't forget the Reset Restart Coffee Morning, which is run, the next dates on the 9th and the 22nd of February. Again, you'll see them on the website. So my closing quote for this month is, love is the only answer to every question. It is the only thing that will serve you in every situation. It is the route and the destination. It is the medication, the liberation, and should be at the heart of your life's vocation. And the tip for this month, before I do close, is finding room in your heart. Finding room in your heart. You know, there's that saying, isn't it? People say, can you find the room in your heart? Sometimes what happens is we become so close-minded, all the rest of it, that we don't have a room in our heart. We're so self-consumed. We're so worried about this or that, or we're so bogged down in this or lost purely in goals alone, that we don't have that room in our heart for ourselves, for others, for the other person who sees things differently. So I want to invite you to close your eyes, to be with yourself, and turn the attention away for a moment from the head, and to come back home to the heart, which, as I point out, that's far more of the centre than here. Breathe, and notice how the mind begins to become quieter and quieter as we're just being here. We're just resettling back to ourselves. Breathing in. And breathing in, we're breathing in love, we're breathing in possibility, breathing in opportunities, and then breathing out fear, pain. Breathe in again. Breathing in love, possibility, openness, and breathing out fear, despair, worry, distress, agony. Again, breathing in love, peace, inspiration, possibility. Breathe out pain, fear, worry, despair. And I want you to just feel this heart open. Feel your heart opening. And I invite you to find that room in your heart for yourself, for everyone else. To pause when you're going to just react to what somebody says. You pause. Do you need to say something? Do you need to say something right now? Do you need to give them a piece of their mind, of your mind? Or is it going to be more productive that you are heartful? The power of the heart is sublime. It's very, 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 very deep. Indeed. And again, you'll find more of that in From Head to Heart, Finding Your Path, or Become Who You Are, if you're wanting more of those things. Or there's lots on my YouTube channel. There's a whole inner peace and fulfillment channel. So if you're wanting to discover more stuff around love, then do take a look at some of my other talks. But this is really just to spark that and that finding room in your heart. And so by way of summary, we've talked about self-love, falling back in love with yourself. We've talked about that cherishing the relationships we have, past and present. We've talked about falling back in love with your work, and maybe it is about going to be a time of change and finding something you love. Maybe it's in terms of your business, growing your business or starting your own business, going on that journey, and there's tools and so on to help you. And I mentioned the British Library. It's Business and IP Centre online resources and events too. And we've talked about this thing about finding room in your heart. So, and we've talked about this thing, love is the only answer to every question. It's the route and it's the destination, it's the medication. It should be the heart of your life's vocation. Love. When I end to you with another quote, ties in with my compassion t-shirt. Everything boils down to love and compassion, or its absence. Everything boils down to love and compassion, or its absence. So I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for being here. Just a couple of very quick things that just struck me. Remember, you can stay in touch. You can subscribe here if you're keen to subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram. I'm at Rasheed Ogunlaru, and on Twitter I'm also at Rasheed Ogunlaru. Some of you may well be on the new app called Clubhouse. You'll find me there as well. On my website, you'll find all the events I've mentioned. Soul Trader, for those of you starting, thinking about running your own business. You'll find the Networking for Success event, and you'll find the Reset Restart Coffee Hour, which is an inspiring coffee hour for those people on that journey of being their own boss. Opportunity to pause, connect, reflect, get re-inspired and energized. And those of you on the new social media app, Clubhouse, find me. I'm also running at the moment, I'm running a couple of events around consciousness and compassion as well. So check me out there on Clubhouse if you're on that. Or on the other social medias, there's a Facebook page too, where you can find me. So lots of stuff throughout the month to keep you inspired. Lots of love and best wishes from me to you. Take care. Bye.